Some connections don't make noise. They don't announce themselves. They grow quietly, in silence, until one day, the silence becomes too heavy to carry. If someone has been unusually quiet with you lately, if their distance feels different than before, then pause for a moment. Take a slow breath. What you're about to hear isn't fear, and it isn't imagination. It's a psychological pattern many people experience right before they finally speak what they've been holding inside. There is a moment before silence breaks, and there are always signs before it happens. When someone is about to break their silence about you, it doesn't begin with words. It begins internally. Something shifts inside them first. They start replaying conversations they never finished. They think about things they wanted to say but didn't. They revisit moments with you, not casually, but with intention. Your presence becomes louder in their mind, even though their mouth stays quiet. This is usually when you feel them energetically. You may notice them watching your stories more closely, liking things they used to ignore, showing up in small ways without directly reaching out. Silence, at this stage, isn't absence. It's preparation. Psychology explains that when emotions build without release, the mind looks for outlets. Before a person speaks, they test safety. They observe. They measure how you react to distance, to time, to quiet. They want to know if their words will be welcomed or rejected. That's why one of the first signs is emotional hesitation. They type messages and delete them. They open your chat and close it. They imagine different versions of how the conversation could go. Their silence becomes inconsistent, sometimes warm, sometimes distant. That inconsistency isn't confusion about you. It's fear of vulnerability. Another sign appears in their behavior. They become more aware of you. They notice details they once overlooked. Your tone, your mood, your silence. When someone is preparing to speak their truth, their sensitivity increases. They don't want to hurt you. They don't want to lose you. And they don't want to say the wrong thing. So they stay quiet, but not disconnected. You might also feel a strange pull toward them during this phase. Thinking about them suddenly, dreaming about them, feeling an urge to reach out without knowing why. This happens because emotional tension creates connection. When two people are emotionally linked, one person's internal shift is often felt by the other. Silence before confession is heavy. It carries weight. It carries meaning. Psychology shows that people break silence when emotional pressure outweighs fear. And before that moment arrives, the heart gives signals. They may start protecting you in subtle ways, defending you when you're not around, mentioning you in conversations without admitting why. These are unconscious behaviors driven by attachment. They might also pull back suddenly, not because they don't care, but because they care too much. Silence becomes their way of controlling emotions they don't yet know how to express. When feelings grow stronger than logic, withdrawal often comes first. This is where patience matters. Many people misread this silence as disinterest, but emotionally, it's the opposite. Silence often means the feelings are real enough to be dangerous. Dangerous to the heart, dangerous to stability, dangerous to the image they've been trying to maintain. Another sign appears when they start seeking reassurance without asking directly. They bring up past memories, ask indirect questions, create openings for deeper conversation without committing to it. They are checking if the emotional door is still open. When someone is about to break their silence, they also start imagining a future version of the connection. Even if they don't admit it, they wonder what would happen if they spoke. Would things change? Would they feel relief or regret? That internal debate doesn't happen unless the feelings are serious. You may notice their energy feels closer even when their words are not. They respond faster than before, or slower, but more thoughtfully. They choose words carefully. Silence becomes intentional, not careless. This is the stage where timing becomes important. Pressure can push them back into silence. Indifference can make them feel unsafe. What draws them closer is steadiness, calm presence, emotional consistency. Psychology tells us that people speak when they feel emotionally safe, not when they feel rushed. Silence breaks when trust outweighs fear. And then there's the final sign, the one most people miss. Before someone breaks their silence, they emotionally detach from the outcome. They prepare themselves for any response. They stop expecting control. This is when their energy shifts from tension to clarity. Their silence feels calmer, less anxious, more grounded. That calm silence is dangerous in the best way, because it means they are ready. When they finally speak, it may not come dramatically. It may be simple, honest, soft, but it will carry weight because it has been built over time. Through thought, through fear, through restraint. So if you sense that someone is holding something back from you, don't rush the moment. Don't fill the silence with assumptions. Let the space breathe, because silence, when filled with emotion, always speaks eventually. And when it does, it changes things. Remember this: if someone is about to break their silence about you, it means you mattered enough to make them afraid of speaking. And that alone says more than words ever could. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. I want to speak to you directly for a moment, not just as someone watching, but as someone who feels deeply, thinks deeply, and cares deeply. If this message resonated with you, it's because you are emotionally aware. You notice patterns, you sense energy, and that is a strength, not a weakness. This channel exists for people like you, people who don't rush life, but try to understand it. People who want growth, clarity, and emotional intelligence. Every time you listen, you're choosing awareness over noise. If life feels uncertain right now, remember this: silence doesn't mean nothing is happening. Sometimes it means something important is forming quietly in the background. Your patience matters, your presence matters, and your emotional depth matters. Stay connected. There are many more messages coming your way. Messages that will help you understand yourself, others, and the unseen connections that shape our lives. Thank you for being here. You matter more than you realize.